Thank everybody for viewing all my videos. If you don't mind liking, subscribe, share. We got some seats here. The truck looks pretty nice, but the seats, we're gonna make them look really nice. First thing we're gonna do, you got to have a game plan to start with. So whenever you design a seat like this, these has already been covered once. And if you look close from 10 foot away, you can tell that whoever done it they was either drinking or either they was an amateur at it. But look how long they lasted. Even the amateur can get by, see? So we're not gonna knock nobody's work too bad. But like this right here, you can tell whenever they put the French seam in, they put 2 on one side because they either needed the extra practice doing this side, but either way, look how long it held up. Hey, it wore the seat out, and I see a little headliner right in here. That's what that is. So the padding that was used was just headliner, and that right there was blue. Right there. Okay, right in here, this was the glued on type cover. You can see where it was glued on. We haven't took these apart or done anything to them or explored them anyway. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this, we're gonna take this right here off. I'm probably gonna have to make some covers because these patterns right here really don't look that great. I'm sorry that I'm dirty. We've been working all day. This is kind of like the game plan right here that was drawn up. We're gonna two-tone this seat. I kind of drawed this one right here out. The headrest up here, right here, we might make it a little thicker right in here. But I know for sure, if you look right here, I want to explain this to you. If you look right here, do you see the, hold on, bubble gum. Damn. Well, let's do it on the other one so that one's stuck. Okay. If you look right here, do you see how the this right here is as far as it'll go. It goes down, it's got a little clip down there that snaps whenever you push this in. But if you look from right here to right here, you can tell that the foam has either been slid down on the seat and it leaves this gap right here. So even when you slide the headrest down, you still got that big gap. I'm gonna show you whenever we start doing these. Somebody spray painted them too, because that right there's got some dye or some paint on it. But if you see right here, they kind of folded these headrests. You might can shrink them down, but we're gonna look and see what's under there because I don't know exactly what's under there yet. But like this seat right here, the French seams, whenever they was doing this, whenever they was doing the French seams, I'll show you how to kind of do that. They make a foot for it, and the foot goes down in there and it guides you to keep all this right here the same width away from here to here, from here to here. That's important, especially whenever somebody, that's the first thing that they see. Whenever I looked in the truck, it's the first thing that I saw was this and this and this and this. Whoever done these needed to practice on that. And if you look, this one right here is pretty wide. They really didn't need, it would have looked better if they hadn't even put a French seam on it, I think. They could have just put a welt cord on it and it would have looked much better. But they didn't do it because when you don't know what you're doing, when you don't practice on these right here, it shows your skill level a lot. So anyway, so let's look up under the bottom. Okay, there you go again. Here's some more. This right here, how it was put on, all that right there is kind of, that's not right. They did hem that edge, but this right here should have had a listing on it, or should have had a sewed over like this and sewed it to put a bag in it where you could put some wire in there. It's just a proper way to do it. This did hold, you know, I told y'all before, hey, it'll hold sometimes. It might not look that good, but it will hold. But there is a right way and there's a wrong way. And this right here is definitely in the middle of the road of the wrong way. I wouldn't have wanted it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this apart and actually see what we got left. Okay, you see the picture. It's bad when the picture looks better than the seat. But okay, you see the picture right here. What I done was, and it's not a big shade difference. It's not gonna be like really dark, but this is gonna be this color, the boxing that ain't colored in. That's gonna be this color, or to match the dash. And the darker part is just gonna be like a couple of shades different, the darker part. And I think it's gonna look really good. I think it's gonna make a pretty nice seat. We're gonna put foam in it. We're gonna sew the line sideways unless I change my mind, because you can always change your mind as you go. I'm gonna put 2 lines right up in here, and even thought about, you know, putting the line from here all the way up through the headrest. So the options is on the board whenever we start doing this right here. I know whenever here, you see how it's got the line right here, the one center line, it's probably gonna have a couple of lines coming up here just to break that up. So what we'll do is we'll start looking right now, and we're gonna find out kind of like what's here. Is that sharp? All right, here we go. You always need a sharp knife, but
sharp knife, pair of pliers, and flashlight.
Okay, what they done was this. They folded it over and put a top stitch on this side. This one right here, that one is just for looks. It's just, it's all it was to make you think that it was a French seam, but it wasn't.
Joy said hello.
Hey, Joy. This won't take too long to take this right here apart. We don't have the material, we're waiting on it. We'll finish this right here up or do a lot to it tomorrow. Probably gonna be a drawn out day. Get you a pair of scissors. It's easier sometimes to cut it apart if it's might want to sharpen your scissors real good. These patterns right here definitely was homemade, because there's this. We do have some patterns, I think, too, this don't we, Wesley?
We do somewhere.
Yeah. So I think we do have patterns to it. I think, maybe. Do I need to put about a 20-pound weight on that? These seat covers that was under here, them are the best. They're glued on. They last. You see how good they look even after they was covered. Probably what happened was whenever he done this, I'm telling you. When they done this, it probably got a little old hole right in here somewhere. And he said, you know what? I can't find that material. Well, hey, what can I do? I can make you some covers. And that's where it went from there. Is that a 10 right there, Wes?
No, that's a 3/8 on it. 10's in the thing.
Alright, so that is a 10. Oh, it ain't a 10. Yes, it is a 10. That was 11. Okay, so that's a 10.
Shop phone.
Y'all, the phone rings out here all the time. If you get a hold of a bunch of these seats like this, and you if they're so bad and you're gonna throw them away, I always try to keep some of the screws and some of the little pieces like this right here.
Hardware.
Yeah, you never know. You never know when you're gonna need it.
You may unplug from the bottom.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm gonna unplug it. Yeah, I might unplug it from the bottom. Where the slits out of there, like that. I could do it with my knife.
Can you push it right through the hole?
Mm-hmm. See here? That's got a little, in that little hole right there, it's got a tiny little clip. So what you do is you hold a little pressure on it like that. It's got one on the bottom side. Oh, well, it's got one on the top side. Don't we have some of these, Wesley? We ain't got to take it apart. We can leave it there and just slide it through the hole like that's right here. I know we can take it off from the bottom. Right. There's a plug in right here. That one's undone. And we got this one. That goes to the top, to the lumbar. There's the little pump right in there. If you look right in there, it's like a little air pump. And it blows that airbag up that's in the back. I don't know for sure if that still works. There's your other screw, or bolt. We got a friend that calls it a shrew. That was not hooked up.
That's your reclining part.
Yeah, but really what this right here does is it goes to this. And that's the reclining part. But right in here, if we look right in here, come on. Anyway, it ain't hooked up. Come on out of there. Take that off. A hook works real good on these clips. You can just grab them and kind of pull them out of the way. Let's see if we got that piece in there at all. Alright, what the deal is with this, which it wasn't hooked up, but what the deal is whenever you slide the tracks forward, the tracks will pull this, and just say somebody's getting in the back seat. Is it an extra cab?
No,
Regular
this is
cab?
not, but I mean, it could.
Okay. Even though whenever you slide the seat all the way forward, this right here pulls and makes the back rest lean forward. And we're gonna take all this right here, all the stuff off of it. So
Them not too tight.
just pull that spring off. And then take and put it back because you don't want it to lose that spring. Check that out. I bet that worked real smooth right through here. It actually works kind of like that. I mean, you can hog ring it. Make sure when you cut them off, you don't cut your wire. There's no doubt, this is the cheaper man. Whenever you go somewhere to get your seats done, the cheaper man, the cheaper man done this one. I'm not knocking the cheaper man. The cheaper man is needed. Ain't that right, Wes? You know why? Everybody can't afford to get the other man to do it. So even though it ain't just exactly right, some people don't care if it's exactly right.
And you go through the hole, the bolt hole.
It might would go through the bolt hole.
Well, I can't get that apart.
See that right there won't go all the way up. There's a penny or something stuck in there. Need that spray?
It's hitting the front up here.
Is it? No, it ain't.
It ain't hitting right there?
No, sir.
Okay.
What it is something. Something won't let it go, y'all.
I can't get it.
It won't go through there neither. So, let me cut some of these off. I'll walk over there and get some.
What you want, and I'll get it for you.
Get me a
On a wrench, or you want?
1/4 inch drive with 10 on it. This right here, if you look at that real close, that's called a bell stick. It's designed to actually catch that carpet. This right here is the original carpet. So they did use that, and they used the original listing. I guess to where the carpet would match in the back of the seat. Do we even have one with?
I got a key. I'm gonna put it on the little extension where you go through that hole.
Yeah. extension because that right there's right back where I'm at. Yeah. You need that. You just need, it ain't got to be on an extension, just all we need is the a shorty. If you look, it's got another hole right here. If we had it past that one more hole, I believe it might work. Or a he found it. There it is. Thank goodness for China tools. Hey, these right here have been pretty good though, haven't they? They got us out some pipes.
I don't know where the ratchet's from, but the little socket is from Harbor Freight over.
Alright, so there's all the tracks off. I wonder what the deal is with that. Might need some oil, or that might be as far as it went, but I think it should have went all the way back in the back hole. There's a hole for it. That rust right there works real good to hold that foam in place. Whenever it's rusty. These springs right here are called cheese cutters, pin springs, and they do just what they say that they will do. They will cut the foam. Pretty good. Pretty good. These has worked pretty good for years, I guess. Alright, so we got.
Hey, Jane.
Alright, if you look at the foam right here, that's one reason why they call them cheese cutters too. But you know, if you've ever looked at cheese, they take a wire and cut cheese. So, but you see when you sit on it a lot, it'll cut down into the foam like that. Right in here. The frame done that.
I'm gonna take the armrest off.
Yeah. Backrest, I guess, just fell off. What did Jane say?
She said hello.
Hello, Jane. I'm gonna say that this right here goes all the way through, and it's probably got like a clip on this side. So there's the cover. Take the foam off. Take it in there. Well, we can't take it off, can we?
No.
Because it goes through there. Let me get that tin over there, and I'll try to take this off. You know this is supposed to come out.
Oh, sorry about that.
It didn't go all the way through. It just went in that edge. These right here, it's actually got another piece that's supposed to fit on there to cover that up. I don't know where that is. Wait, hold on, there it is. It fits like this. Like this. And then it closes just like this and snaps. These right here are notorious to break right in here. We will have to fix that. We'll have to fix that and maybe cover it or something. Anyway, that's another story whenever we get to it. Okay, so you see what we got to fix. This right here is all the way through. This cover right here, this needs to be taken off. Sometimes you can take a steamer and heat it up and it'll come off. And then sometimes you can take some xylene and wet it just a little bit. And take a scraper. You need to do it outside though. Take a scraper and just move that scraper. It'll release it and you can just pull it off by hand. All right, we'll probably be showing you how to do that. But when these covers right here come out, the manufacturer must not have realized that they was gonna last that long, or they wouldn't have made them. I don't think. Who wants to make something that's gonna last? All this right here, whenever we put it back, all this right here will look like brand new. We're gonna check even the springs right here. We're gonna check all that. Like right here. Sometimes it's best to use a hook. These are surprisingly in good shape. If you look right here, if you look at this one, the hole has only got one little bitty kind of dip right here. Right there. And over here, this one gets worse, this one gets worse, and if this person was kind of real heavy, this right here, I've seen them cut all the way down to here. The guy that owns this, he's not no real big guy. And that's probably why this seat is in as good a shape as it's in. You put that big old food in there and it'll tear this joker up. Come on. Come on. Alright. These, I'm going to show you which way it's supposed to look. Alright, these right here, that's the way it's supposed to look. That one ain't got hardly any wear on it whatsoever compared to these over here, and that keeps your springs real tight. If he was a really big guy, these cheese cutters right here are notorious for coming loose right here and breaking 2 or 3 of these. And if you look, that's rusty. If I bent that right there with my finger, it would break that spring. Do we have any of these, Wes?
I'd have to measure that and go back there and dig through the thing to see.
But if you look, can you zoom in on that right there? We got a sandpaper right here. This is the reason I can't stick these back in there. Not these that's broke. Well, they ain't broke yet. But okay. Right here, right up under here, that is almost in two. Put that behind it, you might can see it better. That is almost in two. Especially right here, right there, right in there. That joker's about to break. And this one, it wouldn't take much. You see how it moves real easy? I mean, it ain't nothing. Put that back in there, it's gonna be broken in no time. Hopefully we got a couple of these. If we can just change a couple of them out. We do that sometimes. But this is the frame. It ain't broke. It ain't bent. Somebody my size get in there, I weigh about 300 pounds, somebody my size gets in there and leans back to get change out of my pocket, it twists this little frame up like it ain't nothing. If you keep doing it. Especially if you really need that change. But when we start this back, we're gonna hit it with the sandblaster. It's gonna look like brand new again. Might even put some paint on it. Let's see what the back rest. This is the reason it's hard sometimes to give somebody somebody comes in here and they say, "Hey man, what's it gonna cost?" Exactly what's to the penny or what, and you don't know. So see, you don't know if that spring right there. You don't know until you get it apart of what it's going to look like. This is C-channel right here. It locks together. J-channel, C-channel. Somebody took cutters and cut that. So see, it come like this. It come like this piece. But what they done was they took some cutters and they clipped it. You never seen that before.
I don't know the rhyme or reason for that.
But if you look right here, this right here was the original. This was the original color. And they sewed it back in there, I guess because it had the pocket on it. This is like doing an autopsy on somebody else's work. Hey, I've seen a lot of things you just wouldn't believe it. A brand new car come out here one time. And the person said, it just bogs down. I don't know why. It's just bogging down. I said, well, we'll take it apart and look at it. So we took the cover off. And somebody had took a really sharp razor and just cut it all the way across the seat several times. And that makes the foam where it just bog up. And it had all kind of cuss words wrote on it. So it might have been on a Monday or Friday. All we had to do was glue it all back together.
You reckon that's somebody putting leather seats on it and they cut them off like they do up there?
No, this is a brand new car. I mean, brand new.
I was wondering if the new car come with cloth and they put leather in it and they cut it to put the leather.
All right, there's the airbag. Got a little bit of air in there. We'll take this off. That'll adjust your suppose adjust your lumbar or something, or lean the seat forward.
I thought that leaned the seat forward and back.
Okay, that leans the seat forward. All right, we're gonna take this off. Doggone. They must have super glued that joker in there. It don't want to come out. What don't you want? Wesley's already got me a little piece of wire. This is how you take them out. You take this right here. It's got a little hole. That you push that in, and it releases and comes right out. All right, so you can take them off, and it's got a little old thing. You can see the push button in it. All right, so we're gonna come right here. Here's the piece. There we go again. That joker does not want to leave the house. Man. Let me go get a little hammer and see if I can tap it. I guess it was just stuck. But you need to mash these two things together like this. If you can see that. Can you see it? You take these and you mash them together like this. Then if it's stuck, you just kind of tap it and knock it on out. Mm-hmm. Check that out. That was the green glue. So this has been a long time, you know, when they had that green colored glue. Same type glue that we use now, they just made it a different color. I remember whenever it was green. I think they quit it. So they left this. It was loose around the edge right here. The foam looks like it's looks like it's shrunk down pretty bad. I'm just gonna see if there's any help for it whatsoever. It won't take but a second for that steamer. But if you look, I mean, we're gonna use the same foam, but I mean, it's just, you see the wrinkles where it was like just squished in. I don't know if this is gonna, that was nasty.
I hope it's a coffee stain.
That looks pretty dirty, y'all. But the frame ain't broke so far. It's mighty rusty. I don't know how them jokers get that rusty. I mean, it's sealed up. How hard would it have been for the factory to spray just a tiny bit of primer on it? And it probably wouldn't have never done that. But if you look right here, there's that green glue showing its face again. So they glued this frame in place. But the foam must not have been in the place right because you could see up under the headrest. See what I'm talking about? I mean, a quarter of an inch makes a big difference whenever there's a gap there. Okay. Here's the skeleton right here. And this right here was just sitting in there. It wasn't attached to nothing. This is right here is what was holding it in, see it? That. But it wasn't attached to anything, it was just in there. So, with the backrest being open like this right here, and this piece right here, in here, you know that ain't up under, this is facing to the back of the seat. So it went like this, like that, and like that. Like, well, take that back. Over here, if it's not attached to nothing, it's not gonna do nothing. It went like this. You see where the bar right here went? So it went like this. But if it's not attached, and it just falls out, that joker right there, it didn't play no role, I can tell you that. All it was in there. And if you look right in here, there's a whole bunch of foam in here. All that needs to be cleaned out. There's little teeth and little gears up in here that easily, there they are. Can you zoom in there, Wes? Can you see that in there?
Not really, it's too dark in there.
I got a flashlight.
Yeah, that's better.
Can you see them? So you see them teeth in there? It don't take a whole lot to strip them bad boys out. We've changed hundreds of these. This one's in good shape. There again, it's 150 pounds, not 300.
And steam's going.
The foam right here, you can't really look at it right here until you move it. But the foam's busted right here. And doggone it.
It's better in shape than some of them we've had.
That's really not bad. So the other than the part where it shrunk down, check this out. Throw that steam to it. Let's see what happens. See if these. The steam right here. I smell the cologne that he wears. That steam right here will bring it out.
At least it's cologne and not mold and mildew.
Yeah. We get a lot of mold and mildew out here. Unless it's a truck driver. Sometimes. We're not even gonna go there. You get pulled over. Sir, do you have any weapons on you? The seat I'm sitting on. Woo! Where's the pliers at, Wes? This right here, really, really hot. So it helps to take it loose if you steam it like this right here. Smell that cologne? Can you smell it? Alternative What
Oh,
is it?
I'm not up on it to tell you what kind it is.
This is like skinning a fish. Hey, it ain't nothing in here but water, y'all. It ain't no xylene or nothing like that. Even though xylene will take it off. But then you got to put up with the smell of the stank, xylene. It is pretty strong.
Jane says it's brute cologne.
You know what, Jane? I think you know this guy. Because I think that might be brute. This foam looks like it's an old man once we skinning it off. Look at all them wrinkles. Thank you. Thank you. This is what we're going to have to do with these. So we'll probably take these off before we start on the seat tomorrow, because who wants to wait around and watch paint dry? Is that blood? That's blood. Ain't it?
I told you a while ago I hoped it was coffee. I don't know what it is.
Look how red it is right on the phone. Hey, y'all.
Really didn't come through the phone. I mean the cover though.
You did too.
Well, it didn't color the cover on the backside.
We've worked on a bunch of vehicles, y'all, that people got hurt in. Got hurt themselves. It ain't never a good thing. Check that foam out. That thing's got an arrow going on it that way. See it? That cover? It come off the cover. See it? I'm wondering why. You know Kool-Aid wouldn't be that high up on the backrest.
Like I say, it didn't dye or change the color of the back of the material.
Whatever it was, it went through it, didn't it? Let's see if this will blow that out in. They say patience is a virtue, saith the Lord. So you got to take your time with this stuff. You start yanking on it and it's going to tear it all up. Skinning catfish. Any of y'all that don't know, steam don't play. That stuff right there, I almighty know. It's bad. It's a good tool, but it can be bad. Ooh, it does not play. That's down in that groove right there. We're probably going to change this foam up a little bit. You know, we want this seat to look really nice. Plus the material probably ain't going to be here immediately, is it? So. Look at this. The first tear of the day, right there. There you go. Okay, there we go. The ugly face is off. So, can't use that for nothing, but if you look right here, you can tell where it was like squished down, where they went over the seat cover would, maybe the pattern was squished down right in here, right up there at the top of the seat. I don't know for sure if this is going to blow out, but the foam is in really nice shape to be old. I would like to take it and put it in make a thing and put boiling water with steam on it and stick it in there on it, you know what I mean? In a big way. See if it would blow it out. You know, like put water up under it, let the water be boiling like crazy, and put this on a rack. I can blow it out. Maybe I'll make one. This is like being cooped up for 20 years and now you're trying to stretch them legs out, ain't you? It's like, man, come on. Come on.
Kind of like having a Band-Aid wrapped around your finger too long and too tight.
Yeah. You can already tell it's come out some. I did a set of Corvette seats. The Corvette covers was like really, really big. And I was like, man, these are the wrong covers. They're wrong. And we started steaming the foam and they come out. Actually, they fit nice. Remember them Corvette seats we put on? It was leather. And the covers was what, 25 years old?
Yeah, they've been in storage.
Yeah. The man had them up under his bed for like 25 years. And we put them on. And the leather on them was hard as a brick. It's like if you bend it, it would break, it would crack. And we steamed them and got them pliable and we put them on. But then whenever we put them on, they went back to the old hard as a brick state. You see that? You see
It
that
got
wrinkle?
stuck.
No, the wrinkle like come up.
Huh.
That wrinkle right there was pretty bad. It did start, it looked like it was trying to come out. We got a really big steamer. This is a small one right here. It don't put out as much steam, but look at that. That's stuck together. So what we'll do is we'll steam these right here. It's gonna be tomorrow, but you see kind of like where we're at, what we're up against. And we're gonna be transforming these rags into these. And we're gonna see how close my picture looks. We're gonna see how close my picture that I draw looks to these once we get these covers right here made. And we're gonna two-tone them. I think they're gonna look nice. So we'll see. The headrest, yes, I didn't take it apart. It's probably gonna be covered in that material that we just steamed off of there. Steamer's up under there saying poof, 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 but I left it on because it ain't gonna, at this point, steam's not gonna hurt it. Okay, somebody tried to put something on there.
Is that cloth and then somebody's done put vinyl over it and then it's been covered like a couple times?
Oh, gone. Yeah. Okay. Somebody, it had leather. Somebody put leather covers on here at one time. Ain't that something? Okay. So it did have a, this was leather, so it did have some leather covers on it. If you look up under here,
It's cloth.
there's the original cloth. Don't they look nice? That might would make a pattern of some kind. Let's think. Put this joker over there in my vacuum pump, which is, as you see, it don't have no
Plastic, clear plastic on it.
nope, don't have no clear plastic on it to even shrink it down. So what do? Come right here. You didn't have this so bad.
Well, they look better like that than they did when they covered them.
They shouldn't have covered them.
Mm-mm.
They should have left the headrest alone. Alright. Well, look at there. Voila. There was one on here that looked good. That joker don't look bad, does it?
It's clean too.
They must have took it somewhere and had leather covers put on it whenever they bought the truck. New. They said, hey, I want leather. So they took it somewhere and they put these leather ones on there. That's genuine stuff right there. I've been letting this go on there, just letting it sit. When it's been in there a long time, them wrinkles and stuff's been in there forever. They don't want to come out, do they? Hey y'all, but we know how to cover it up. I'm gonna show y'all all that, how to do it. The stretch material that goes on these whenever they're new, even though the material didn't have the wrinkles, I mean the foam didn't have the wrinkles in it, that stretchy that went on there, they made some nice covers. This right here, this color was on the top part. It was two-toned from the fact that the guy that got the truck probably didn't even know it because he said it was, what, 5 years old when he got it? 4 or 5?
It was used when he bought it, so.
Yeah. And it probably had already had a hard life a little bit. Not, he said it was good though. He had somebody do this. Put these on. So we're gonna pick this up tomorrow. We're probably gonna go and steam all this stuff. That way you ain't got to wait through this kind of crap. And we'll start making some of these patterns when the material gets here. Hopefully it'll be here early. We're gonna knock that rust out of these. So the frames and all that stuff does look brand new. Even though he's not gonna know it, we will. And we'll clean all this up. Change these little broke pin springs. And if there's some broke in that other one, we're gonna fix them. And we will see you tomorrow. Thanks everybody tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe. See you then.